Awesome, man. What's up?
Awesome, bro. I just got off a call with a big guy, who is dating,
That's
and
awesome.
I think it was, yeah, yeah, it was really good, but the deal is really weird at the same time.
Hmm.
He's like, I'm not gonna say his name because this is recorded, but
Yeah.
but you probably know him. He has like 1 million in all socials, and
Oh, let
yeah,
me
he doesn't
pause.
have a lot. He doesn't have. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. Secret stuff aside. Don't worry. Um, yeah, this isn't just gonna like get out into the public, but whatever.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm cool with it, honestly. I don't mind.
Well, I honestly appreciate you, man, for taking this call. Really, as Beyond Copy is setting up for the future, and as we're building up everything and getting all our ducks in a row, we just want to be able to really give back to you guys. So this
Mhm.
interview is a way for basically you guys to help us help you, kind of a deal. So we can
Yeah.
see where there's gaps in like our positioning, our reasoning, just even our teaching with you guys. Want to make sure that everything is like cohesive, right, and smooth.
Yeah.
So this is I can't thank you enough for this. This is going to be really awesome for us, and we hope that you guys get value out of this too. Um, so it's just going to be this. So this is basically what's going to happen. I'm just going to basically run through some basic questions. Shouldn't take more than 20 minutes, and then expand as much as you want. Like don't hold back. Or if you don't have any thoughts on anything, then just quickly we'll just get through it. So that sound cool,
Yeah.
bro? Awesome, man.
Yeah, but like I want to say that I really you don't have to appreciate me, bro. Like I really appreciate you guys. Like you've given so much back to me. Like and I only paid so little for this. And it's honestly like it well, I'm just gonna say everything in the interview. I so no worries. I'll just
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I appreciate your love, bro.
Yeah, man. No. We really appreciate you, and just a little touch, and
Thank you.
I've kind of teased it in the chats and stuff, and I'm really excited for it because me and Chief were actually even talking about it today, and I was talking with Alan actually pretty deeply about it yesterday. Um, yeah, man, no one's giving back, so that's why we're setting up these interviews so we can like hear from you guys and really learn how to like I like to look at it as in like soil for like trees and shit like that.
Yeah,
We're re-putting nutrients back into the soil when so many people for so long were just taking and taking and taking and really
yeah,
beating people down, man. And like I know how that feels because I try to cheat the universe a little bit and make some I made some good cash, but at what cost, right? Did
yeah,
some little
yeah,
bark lord stuff. And yeah, it manifests, and all of that negative energy really manifests. So we want
yeah,
to really get back to you guys and empower you guys because, hey man, we all eat, we all for nourish the soil. Everybody gets to grow, So and it gets
yeah.
pretty deep. We'll cover it more on future calls and stuff, especially this weekend. But yeah, no, man. My appreciation goes out to you, and if you have
Thanks, man.
appreciation for me to receive, hey, thank you. That means a lot.
Of course,
Yeah.
bro. Of course. Thank
So
you, man.
we'll just get right into it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
a lot of this will be covered. So we'll start with the basics. Why did you join Beyond Copy?
Okay, so I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Go ahead.
So
That's what we asked for.
I can, yeah, I can speak like about like actual names of the masterminds I've been to, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like that's okay. So I was in the Hus University for like 8 months or like 7 months back then,
Mhm.
or like 6 months. And Tristan, uh, you know him like from the accelerator. He's
Mhm.
like a best friend. We're like best friends. And we have this group with Javi and Tristan and Jaden.
Mhm.
It's like everyone's there. We want to help each other. And he's like,
That's
bro,
awesome.
bro, you gotta get into Beyond Cop. I have no idea how he found it. And bro, I was in the Tiger Legion, and so I didn't know who you were or
Yeah.
who Chief was. So seeing the VSL didn't ring any bells. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, what's this guy? Like, what does he do? But I was one of, like you teach us that there's ma many kinds of buyers. I was the guy that was just convinced by his friends.
Hmm.
So that's how I got in, and I was really skeptical in the first month because I had a lot of fucking hooks that were holding me back, and it took me
Hmm.
some months to get
Hmm.
over it. But I can happily say now that they were removed for good. So yeah,
Awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's actually kind of funny. You're not the only person, which is why we're trying to position everything. And it's kind of interesting how everything is going out, which is really more reinforcement that we need to do this. We need to hear from you guys so that we can make sure everything's positioned well. So thank you for that. So then at the time when you were joining, like what problem were you trying to solve, would you say?
yeah. So I will remember vividly for the rest of my life. And I'm not saying just this just for the sake of saying it, if it goes public or not.
Hmm.
There's a specific part in your VSL that you talk about the sea of clients and that we're all basically fishing or something like that in the same sea where everyone else does the same. So I was in Hustlers University with 250,000 people doing the same thing. I
Yeah.
was getting replies. Like that was a good thing that I was getting replies. So that was what was making me hesitant about the idea of leaving that behind because I wasn't
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
So main problem was like converting free value or whatever it was to a sales call. And actually I had multiple sales calls, but they were all brokies.
Hmm.
And I couldn't like close a guy, like
Yeah.
anyone. So and besides like learning to pitch something besides captions and emails because
Hmm.
that was everything that I could pitch back then. So yeah, that's what the most important thing.
Yeah. Your three email sequences, bro. Okay, so have you been in other masterminds besides HU?
No, no, no.
Okay,
It was only HU back in September.
okay, cool. Okay, so then what were you expecting when you were joining, when you were first joining?
In Beyond Copy, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Okay,
beyond.
okay. So first of all, oh, bro, like to be honest, I didn't expect anything. It's just that I was I was sold so hard by Tristan on that I was asking like, what is in there? And he's
Hmm.
like, bro, is so much sauce. Like it's the best thing. I'm gonna pay for it. Like I don't care. I'll pay it for you. It was. I didn't expect some. like I expected a course
Yeah.
because I think the way to, at least to me, that how the sales page was structured or whatever, it gave off a feeling to me that it was going to be like like a module, a structured product or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought, and I'm like, okay, there's no community in that. That's what it like. I don't know. Like I didn't read through the whole sales page, so
Hmm.
I don't remember. I don't recall like thinking that this is a community. So I was really surprised when I saw that it was a community
Hmm.
because yeah, that's something that held me back. Oh, I'm like, okay, of course. I've seen a lot of courses. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I expected, but like obviously when I got in, Ricardo just like tagging me like, "Oh, well, everyone welcome Orestis," and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." And I saw people that I knew way back in there, and we were only like, bro. I remember I was the 23rd person to ever join Beyond Coffee,
Hmm.
so it was pretty early, and it was awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, then. So since you were the 23rd person, you've been in pretty much from the beginning. You're one of the founding members. Um, what has been your like biggest takeaway?
Um, I had a lot of anger, bro. Tate's messaging is filled with people that have a lot of anger,
Hmm.
and I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of things. So, bro, I've struggled a lot with this. It's like I think like I've been doing a lot of master key training, and that's what's like
Helping.
the main takeaway was like the mindset. Like I learned all this deep marketing thing, and I haven't learned it. I'm still learning,
Hmm.
but it's like all that without having the correct mind, it's just useless to me. So my biggest takeaway is that in Nate's youth, the only mindset was that, oh, like I can pitch a client $10,000 a month, even if I don't have the skill. And the only thing I can say about myself is that I'm disciplined, but that's that. And I have so many things like holding me back.
Mhm.
And just being in the community, and that's what I've gathered from other people as well. It's not that like whenever I DM with someone or someone DMs me and we like go back and forth and like share our thoughts, especially in the beginning, is
Mhm.
the fact that it was so hard to let go of these hooks. So my biggest takeaway to answer the question is that my mind is slowly, because like once say like it's like a perfect state, is slowly getting cleaned so that I can like I prepare myself to withstand any kind of fear, any kind of anxiety that comes my way in
Mhm.
terms of like getting clients, like delivering. Like I got a client Saturday, my second client, which was like 1K retainer plus 3%
Awesome.
commission. Yeah. And I had that imposter syndrome like, like immediately. But like I remember like my I am and everything. So I'm like, okay,
Mm.
I'm good. And I'm gonna do it. So the biggest takeaway is the fact that yeah, mindset has changed a fuck ton and has helped me a lot.
That's awesome,
So
bro.
yeah, that's the big stuff.
Man, that makes me happy. Yeah, mindset's a big thing, because I'll even let you in on this little sauce. Uh like don't instead of saying you make things, and I can explain later. I'll close the loop later, but this is gonna be an open loop and it's just some sauce for you. Instead of saying that you make things like I make money, because that's impossible. Your subconscious can't make money. Say I receive. There's a reason why religions say I receive the Lord's blessings and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's the yeah. I suppose that goes a lot deep,
Yeah, it
very
goes
deep. But
deeper.
yeah,
Yeah. But just yeah, just instead of saying
yeah,
like I make money or whatever, it's like I receive money. I receive another client. I receive another retainer.
yeah,
Right. It also goes into like when you allow money to flow through you. So there's that.
yeah. I remember
Yeah,
that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for these next calls, dude. It's gonna be
Yeah, me
interesting.
too.
And you know what? Actually, speaking of calls, what would be like the three biggest lessons that you learned, like besides mindset stuff? Like, oh, I guess it could be a certain mindset, but what are like the three big
Yeah,
lessons that you're like, lesson one is this, lesson two, you know what I mean?
yeah. The most like I think to everyone like if they really double down like what was the best lesson is definitely like I will always remember the upsell call because that call was like the bridge to something totally new. Like
Yeah.
we knew like there was something called upsell, but we have no idea what it was.
Yeah.
And I still remember Tiff sending me the 2 hour agency upsell, the first one.
Hmm.
It was like the whole packet. And I was reading through it, like, what is this? That's amazing. Like, how have I never seen that?
Yeah.
That was the first one. The second one was, I think, made me allowed me to have the biggest breakthrough in terms of understanding how to outreach and how to do everything basically in terms of that I need to move forward was the business call, like the three part. I'm just gonna include them all together because
Hmm.
it's like they don't exist without each other.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to publish my first client, which she was a brokey, and I'm really glad that I didn't publish her.
Hmm.
And I needed Facebook ads, so the data calls were also really, 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 really insightful. And I there's a lot I can name, but off the top of my head, those three lessons were like the biggest. By the way, I don't got like specifically if you meant like lessons in a way that we
No, anything you've learned
the calls or like lessons in general.
in
But yeah,
general,
that's
anything
it.
you've learned, man. But that's awesome.
Uh, uh yeah, I would say that's it. From the top of my head, that's that. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So then since you were like, actually, this is a good question. Since you didn't really expect too much, what surprised you about Beyond Copy?
Uh, I think that's
A
like
lot.
bro, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's true, it's a lot. But the first thing that surprised me, which in that time was like negative or whatever, was like it's so stupid, bro. Like I cringe just thinking about it. It's the fact that when I like discovered or realized that like who Chief was or who Ricardo was and like who you were, I'm like, oh, they're turning their backs against HU and all that.
Hmm.
And that was the very first thing that like I don't know, like a surprise, but like in like the biggest in terms of like because I was like the first like belief that I have from a young copy. I'm gonna be honest, like the first month I was like, wait a second. That was the thing. But the biggest surprise, oh bro, it's really hard, but I would say that oh, I know what it is. It's the fact that it's a tight community.
Hmm.
There's so very few, very little people, or few, whatever the word is. And I remember like getting in and immediately seeing people that I knew
Hmm.
who were like in the Phoenix program or like whatever in HU, they were making money, like big money. And that was the first like surprise because though all those people were what we called back then hustlers,
Hmm.
and I was a hustler, and I won't say I am, but I still do the hard work and even more now. But I don't like that term. It's the fact that they were making so much money. Like I remember Bram or Morgan like going ham, and they would be like the silent killers or whatever. And then slowly I would see like Zed or like Kieran or whoever, like getting like like people
Hmm.
that I knew making real money. And at that time when I was in HU, the people that I knew around me weren't making that amount of money. So that was the big surprise. Was like, okay, this actually works.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't think the real world works, but it's
Yeah.
like it was kind of like an accelerator in a way. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. That actually makes me really happy. I'm glad. I'm glad. Which is pretty cool, bro, because now you're coming in your stride, right? Look at you almost publishing a client, bro. That's a pretty big deal. I'm not gonna lie. So that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Thank you.
All wins, bro. All wins are good, even the small ones, because you don't even see sometimes. And we're starting to realize this, you don't even realize how big the little wins are because it could have kicked an avalanche that you don't even see that's like far away. So
Mm,
that's awesome, man.
yeah.
So then this is good. Um, what were your biggest challenges coming in? Like, was it like
In
learning,
terms,
mindset, stuff like that? Like learning to learn.
yeah.
We get that one a lot.
Yeah. I think uh since you're basically trying to something that a lot of people won't tell you, I imagine. But this is not specific for me. I will say about myself too. But this is that I've seen, and you guys talked about it a lot. But I think it's like way more than you guys might think. Is the fact that when we came into Beyond Copy, this is what I'm still saying. The messaging from HU changes are fucked on, and the fact that you're on the absolute goal. Okay, I remember this. And you're saying to people, I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. I said that this is that what you did is brilliant. But there were people that took it different, and that was their main challenge for them. But
Mhm.
thankfully, I wasn't the one. I had other talents, of course, but I will talk about them. Was the fact that I remember saying like, "Oh, I still play video games," or I don't remember, or like I still watch anime, and that was like a big red flag in its you.
Mhm.
So you're basically coming and allowing them, you're giving them permission to do it, and
Mhm.
suddenly from doing like 16 hours of work, they just do one just because they're like, okay, I can chill. but that was not what you said. So
Mhm,
I think a lot of people still struggle with that. With Yeah, I don't know like if you've seen that or if you agree, but
mhm,
my talent, my biggest one was um outreach. I remember, I'm not gonna like brag or anything because it was stupid. Like I was getting mad replies when I was in XU, but it was curiosity. So whenever like I sent the free vibe, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like fuck off. Or like I would
yeah,
never get replies back. So it's like what Tiff and you say all the time is that with this way, you're gonna get less replies, but you're gonna get less more calls and like more
mhm,
people actually being interested in your shit. So like it was just numbers. So I was really my challenge was to just like remove the numbers. So I had to deal with the fact that I was going to have a lot less, but at the
mhm,
same time, I didn't understand that I had a lot more.
yeah,
So yeah, that was the biggest challenge I think, and I only like overcame it, I suppose, in like 1.5 months ago. It was like it took me like 2.5, 3 months to just get over that. So yeah,
yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I love hearing your journey, dude. Like it's straight up progress, and it's night and day difference, you know. Yeah,
yeah,
you feel a lot more empowered with how you speak. Because I remember, I don't know if you probably do too. You've been around for a while. We had to really do
yeah,
a lot of mindset work in the very beginning, and now we're gonna have to do a whole
yeah,
nother level of mindset work.
yeah,
That's gonna be crazy
yeah. It's
empowering. So this is gonna be cool, man.
I'm
It's gonna be cool.
I'm honestly excited. Yeah, I'm really excited.
That's awesome. So then, what are your thoughts on Beyond Copy community now?
Um, it's still Bitcoin at $10. Like I think Levi said that once, and I still believe like
Oh, Bitcoin at
it's the
$10.
shit.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. So I think it's still that, and like you can feel it. I think Chief said it in a recent call where it was like, like you suddenly get those people, new people that are like completely different in terms of mindset and like what they have been brainwashed with or like whatever.
Yeah,
So you can just feel their energy that it's different.
yeah,
But I'm not gonna be the guys that be like, oh fuck this guy. Like I don't want him in the community because he has a different thing.
yeah.
We all joined and we had similar like mindsets or whatever you want to call it. So
Hmm.
I think just the fact that it's easy to navigate them to take the correct steps throughout the time of where like they're learning, they're gonna be a part of us. So as the community structure now, I would say that it's definitely the best community I've ever been in. But it's also that you can just ask a question, you get an answer right away. Might not be from you guys because you're so fucking busy, but it might be from someone else. Like it's always you always get an answer,
Hmm.
and you're not like left to just like go to the frequently asked questions or like
Yeah.
go there. It's like, of course, it's like a big subject and it's covered on the call.
Hmm.
It only makes sense for them to like to redirect them then there. But yeah, in overall speaking, the community is awesome, and yeah, I love my mentors. That's what I would say. Don't take like I honestly love the thing that you have made us,
Hmm.
like you have nurtured us and can only have gratitude for that. And for not for only for you guys, but for the people around that as well.
Hmm.
Like when you were I remember like Mike specifically, like you respond to his he was like March or like April. It was very early. It's like, oh, it's been almost 2 years. I don't have a client.
Hmm.
And you would just get that energy. And the real world, they would just tell you like, yeah, just keep outreaching, which is like logical, but at the same time, that's not the answer that you're looking for because that. And now look at him. He just upsold his client, and that's what the community does. So yeah, I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's great. Okay, then. So now we're just gonna wrap up. This has been an awesome interview. A lot of things that
Thank
you
you, man.
said very insightful, and I can't appreciate you enough. And so
Me too, brother.
yeah, so would you recommend Beyond Copy to other people?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. I would tell them that if you're a total beginner, you might want to go somewhere to just learn the basics of like how, like what is like marketing or what is like like the surface level, and like after 1 or 2 months, like Beyond Copy is the only direction I see for like people that want to go beyond, as I say.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So then who would you say that you would recommend to? Like if you had to like, kind of like categorize a person, who would you recommend Beyond Copy to?
I have a perfect example. So I suppose like I should like put them in a bucket and just like so I had a recent experience with this guy that's in HU,
Hmm.
and he's been like doing copywriting for like 11 months.
Hmm.
And I reached out to him. I'm like, bro, yeah, I see on your Instagram that you're writing like 50 average a day, like 50 compliments, all that. Yeah. I recommend this. And this guy was like angry, bro, like I like Tate to a degree, but he has been like anything that he says or anything that his circle says, it's just that, it's just that, nothing else.
Hmm.
So it's these people, these kind of people that I would strongly recommend they join Beyond Copy, because I've been there and I know that it's really hard to let go of that. But once you do, with all the mindset work and all that, it's like a whole new life. So I would say like the people who are angry, who are been grinding for months, even years, and are not ready to give up,
Hmm.
because a lot of people would have given up. So I think Beyond Cup is a place of no quitters, no quitters. Not that I like, it's not human. I just think that if you do join Beyond Copy, you just follow through everything.
Hmm.
There isn't a chance you will lose. So anyone who has that kind of belief, I believe like strongly, because a lot of people say they do, but actually, then that's the people that are.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, then I got the fucking hardest question for you. Of course, right? Best for last. All right, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
I hope you're ready. Yeah, you are, bro. You and John Copy, you're ready. Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Chief and me?
Yeah. That was the hardest question ever.
Yeah.
So I'm kidding. Of course it's not. Uh, yeah, man. You've impacted so many lives, and you've impacted me so much. Yeah, bro. I'm not. This is not stage. I'm trying. I try not to cry, bro. You've helped me so much, honestly. And bro, I have no words. You have changed my life. I've only made 1.5K from this, but bro, I'm struggling so much in terms of mindset so many months ago, and that has changed my life, bro. I'm free, without like, well, not financially free. I am free, and without your mindset, without your guidance, and without all that you guys provided with me, nothing would have been possible. So yeah, man, just take this. I'm just gonna say that I love you guys, because you're not just my mentor, as I see it. It's like I think it's more than a mentor.
Hmm.
Like for not just for me, I think for everyone
Hmm.
into the community. But yeah, man, I love Chief. I love you, man. I love Ricardo, because there's no home, by the way. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
for sure.
it's it's just brotherly love, Like
Mhm.
you've uh you've changed.
Awesome, man. That's beautiful. I love to hear that. And that's what we're here for, man. We're here to raise you guys up, right? Because when you give and you want for people, right? That's the best form of pull marketing. And it also is very rewarding for everyone in the universe, right? We gotta make sure that we inject back into this market,
Yeah.
into this game, instead
Mhm.
of all the people that have been taking, right? So that's what we're here to do, and we're here for you guys, and we're here to make sure that we do interviews like this, we take your feedback, we listen to your guys' stories so that we can have you guys help us help you, kind of a deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That way we can always just give back to you guys and empower you, because even just you saying that, that's very powerful, man. That's awesome. And
Thank you, man.
it's just going to be up from here, man. It's going to be up from here.
Thank you. I know. I know. I know, man. I bet trust in the universe. Thanks so much, Antonio.
Yeah,
Thanks so
no,
much.
thank you. I very much appreciate this. Thank you so much for being open and giving as much feedback as possible, and not holding back, being very honest. I really appreciate you, man. So I know the time zones
Thank
are
you,
a
man.
little weird, and
Yeah, it's 3 a.m.
yeah. So I'm not going to keep you. All right,
No, it's fine. No worries.
you go get some sleep, man. I really appreciate you.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep. You have a
Have a
good
good
one,
one.
man. Later.
Bye bye, man.